Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Okay, like I normally do, I'm gonna. This show is what I'm going to be covering is about the philosophical razors. This is going to be on how we can use them, what they're about, and how we can use the framework to approach certain problems or mysteries. It's a little bit more to do with our rational thinking and how we can come to a conclusion. But before I get involved, I just want to do what I normally do and greet the chat. So first off, I'd like to say, hello there, Maureen. Thank you for coming, as always. Good to see you. There he is, the main man, Mr. Tommy Stiggs. Hope all is well and good with you, sir. Excellent live today. Thank you. Hello there, Janie. Great to see you, as always. Thank you for coming. There, Miss Sweetie. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Good to see you. Maureen, Janie. Okay. There, Delilah. Great to see you. Thanks. Thank you for joining me on this. Glad you made it. Glad you're all coming in. So just want to give you a breakdown of what the agenda for this live is. What I want to do is I'm going to go through the topic, and it'll be broken down into certain segments. And then what I'll do is I'll give examples of those. And as I say, this is an interactive chat. So, feel free to fire questions or give examples of your own on what you think, and we'll just take it from there. Now, as I say, this is interactive chat. As always, please be respectful. And of course, wrenches, should we have any bother? Excellent. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, right. So today's topic, as you say, it's philosophical razors. Okay, it's easy for me to say. So, in philosophy, a razor is a principle or a rule of thumb that allows for the elimination of unlikely explanations for a phenomenon. Okay, you've heard of philosophical chairs. Never razors. Okay, well, we'll dive deep into it. Okay, so these razors can be used in certain situations I mentioned earlier: problem solving, mystery solving, or an approach to a certain topic, subject. But they, more. What I will say is these are just frameworks, and they're not always 100% right. So hopefully you're going to learn something about this in this live. So first off, I'll get going. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give examples of what we call the razors, philosophical razors. I'll go through each one and I will give a breakdown on each one. I will give some examples, and then I'll allow the chat to have a think, and then maybe they can give examples of what they think that razor is. Okay. So like I always like to do, I have prepared some slides. So let's go. Let's present. Share screen. Window. Right. There we go. You've just seen it on the screen there, Janie. Yeah, it is indeed. And we will kick off with Occam's razor, and I'll explain to it. I'll explain it to you all now. So first off, the razors, we've got Occam's razor. Okay. Now that entity should not be multiplied without necessity. I'll explain further. Also, as well, we have the Sagan standard, which is extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Hello there, Jimena. Thank you for coming. Great to see you. Glad you made it. We'll also cover Hitchens' razor. You know, what can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. Hume's razor, causes must be sufficiently able to produce the effect assigned to them. And then we have the duck test, okay, and which, you know, you might have probably heard that saying before. If it looks like a duck, swims like a duck, quacks like a duck, well, then it probably is a duck. And we've got Popper's falsifiability principle. For a theory to be considered scientific, it must be possible to disprove or refute it. Then we also have Newton's flaming laser sword. If something cannot be settled by experiment, it is not worth debating. Grice's razor addressed what the speaker actually meant instead of addressing the literal meaning of what they actually said. And then Hanlon's razor, never attribute to malice that which can be adequately explained by incompetence or stupidity. Right, so the first one, yes, Occam's razor. So as you can see the quote there, up top, from Occam's razor, no more things should be presumed to exist than are absolutely necessary. The fewer assumptions and explanation of a phenomenon depends on the better the explanation. So because the more assumptions there are, the more possibilities there are for error. And what that's basically saying is the simplest explanation is usually the correct one. Now, here's an example. So a woman drowned her children, 5 children, in the bathtub because God or Satan told her to, or she is sane and is suffering from psychosis and schizophrenia. What would that type of example would simply say the simplest answer would be, and the most more on point one would be, that she is insane. Yeah? Pray. Good one. Okay, right. A UFO in the sky. Okay. Is it aliens from another galaxy? Or could it be a type of aircraft or drone you haven't seen before? Maybe one of the Air Force is in flight testing. There you go. Another example, so to speak. You would then, the more definitive answer, and the one that would make more sense, would be the aircraft. Now, also as well, you've got, okay, a paleontologist, okay, have discovered dinosaur bones. So it would be the dinosaurs once lived on Earth, or the other option, God or Satan put the dinosaur bones in the earth to test the faith of the Christians. Well, there you go. Of course, that answer would be the dinosaurs once lived on Earth. So as I say, the simplest explanation is usually, but not always, the correct one. Okay, so further ado, I will speak and give some more examples as well. So we could look at, okay, so if we was to say, let's have a look. A broken fence post. Was it a moose or an old nail? You walked outside to see a broken fence post outside your house, and the two explanations come to mind. A moose crashed through my fence, or also possible, an old rusty nail through. I think so. I think it'd be an old nail would be the one. I would say so myself. Another one, car accident, distraction or malfunction. You're checking your text messages when you rear end into the car in front of you, which is the likely reason. Was it you were distracted by your phone, or a malfunction occurred in your car's braking system and you were unable to stop? Well, Can I explain that? The problem one, you were distracted on your phone. So this is when we're trying to give a breakdown of what Occam's razor is. It's the simplest explanation. So if I asked the chat, does any of you ever had or an example of this where you would find it to be the simplest answer to be the correct one? I ask yourselves. Hello, Tindu. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Okay. So moving on. Okay. So we have what they call this one the Sagan standard. Not so much of a razor, but again, this itself, if someone claims that their name is Michael or that their dog's name is Charlie, that's not an extraordinary claim, is it? No. It's reasonably to simply take their word for it. Exactly, sweetie. That's right. You have a headache. Lovely. It's not anything serious, but you're probably dehydrated or cold. Exactly. It's always what would be the most logical explanation. Now, as I say before there, so if someone claims that they or their guru, religious spirit teacher can contact the dead, see the future, read minds, cure, heal any disease or sickness, including AIDS or cancer, talk directly to God, perform miracles, or that they have supernatural powers of any kind. These are extraordinary claims, wouldn't you say? And they must be backed up with extraordinary evidence. So, hello there, Suzanne. Thank you for joining us. It's good to see you. So, Krumel, and you too, sir. Thank you. So, as I mentioned there, so you've got these, what we call charlatans, people that come on that, you know, that probably they will go on and try and get into the minds of people and believe that they are the true bit. They get on and they believe that they are the voice of God. Okay. Now, if they believe that they're so holy, and sometimes in certain cases, that's an extraordinary claim. But guess what? It has to be backed up with extraordinary evidence. So it's not good enough, as we say, for spiritual teachers and their followers to simply assert that things are true or to imply that they're a guru or teacher, possesses these supernatural abilities. Extraordinary claims like these must be backed up by extraordinary evidence. Now, unfortunately, New Age religious spiritual teachers and their followers frequently make extraordinary claims like these and have them believed by millions of people without the slightest bit of proof or evidence. However, if most people were critical thinkers that demanded evidence for their beliefs, this would happen. Okay? So, the next one we have here is the Hitchens razor. Now, what can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. Well, Hitchens razor ties in nicely with the Sagan standard. Okay. Now, if someone's going to assert something without evidence, especially an extraordinary claim that demands evidence, you could dismiss it without evidence. This is because the burden of proof is always on the one making the claim, not the other way around. So I'll give you an example. I claim to be able to contact the dead, predict the future, read minds. It's not up to you to prove that I can't. It's up to me to prove that I can. Yeah? Now, hey, Kid Rock, good to see you, sir. Thank you for joining me. So, I'm the one making the claim. Therefore, it's up to me to prove it. Now, when we think about that, we think on YouTube and we think about some of these communities that, you know, the community that we're in, some of these channels, and people like to blow their own trumpets and say they did this, they did that, and people call them out on it. So therefore, this Hitchens razor would apply to them, I think they would say. So, the next one, Hume's razor. Get the closest shave to the truth with Hume's razor. It's designed to eliminate unnecessary hypotheses. The razor sharpens your thinking by cutting away unsubstantiated claims. Smooth, precise, and always reliable, just like your morning shave. Well, now, if the cause assigned for any effect be not sufficient to produce it, we must either reject the cause or add it to such qualities as we will give it a just proportion to the effect. Now, Hume's razor states, as I say, it must be sufficiently able to produce the effect. So, example, slight gust of wind isn't enough to cause a Boeing 747 to crash. And a fallen power line isn't enough to cause a nationwide blackout. If a proposed cause isn't sufficiently able to produce the observed effect, we must either eliminate the cause from consideration and come up with another hypothesis, or show what needs to be added to cause to create the effect. Now, the next one. Well, yep, you've got it. The duck test. So, if it looks like a duck, swims like a duck, and quacks like a duck, then it probably is a duck. Now, the duck test is about abductive reasoning and drawing the most likely conclusion. Given the evidence, instead of denying the obvious, it's sometimes used to counter arguments that someone or something isn't what they appear to be. I know in the world of deep fakes, fake news, fake people, scams, it might be considered unwise or even dangerous to take appearances for reality. However, although the appearances can be deceiving, there is generally no need to deny reality or what's right in front of your eyes. Generally speaking, what you see is what you get. I've got to play that again for Teen Do. We've got to do that for Teen Do. Yes. Oh, and then we have Popper's falsifiability principle. Now, it's not easy to obtain confirmations or verifications for nearly every theory. If we look for confirmations, every genuine test of a theory is an attempt to falsify it or refute it. So, as the statement, so far as a scientific statement speaks about reality, it must be falsifiable. And in so, as it is not falsifiable, it does not speak about reality. So, what Karl Popper's saying there is the principle for that statement, hypothesis or theory, to be considered scientific, it must be falsifiable. I have Kid Rock. You'll be surprised. It's got a nice little soundboard. So, giving that example, so hypotheses that are impossible to disprove, refute, or test, or unfalsifiable, and are therefore not scientific. I'll give you an example here, like aliens that exist in other dimensions outside of our reality, secretly control our minds and everything we think, say, and do. So falsification is a good rule of thumb to apply when you're presented with any claim or theory. Ask yourself, how can I test this theory? What would disprove it? What would refute it? I'll give you an example. A single black swan would falsify the theory that all swans are white. Yeah? However, if someone makes a claim that is unfalsifiable and can be tested, proven or disproven, verified or falsified. And then, another example here. An extraordinary New Age religious spiritual claim or conspiracy theory about aliens in other dimensions, it's probably best to dismiss it instead of speculating and taking it seriously. So Karl Popper's falsification. Now, it's easy to obtain confirmations or verifications for nearly every theory if we look for confirmations. So confirmations should count only if there are results of risky predictions. That is to say, if enlightened by the theory in question, we should have expected an event which was incompatible with the theory, an event which would have refuted the theory. Every good scientific theory is a prohibition. Now, it forbids certain things to happen. The more a theory forbids, the better it is. Every genuine test of a theory is an attempt to falsify it or to refute it. Testability is falsifiability. But there are degrees of testability. Yeah? Some theories are more testable, more exposed to refutation than others. They take, as we were, greater risks. Here we go. Let's have a look. No, I think research is good to do. That's how we learn things. Correct, Suzanne. Now, confirming evidence should not count except when it is the result of a genuine test of the theory, and it means that it can be presented as a serious but unsuccessful attempt to falsify the theory. Now, some genuinely testable theories, when found to be false, are upheld by their admirers, for example, by introducing ad hoc some auxiliary assumptions or by reinterpreting the theory ad hoc in such a way that it escapes refutation. Such a procedure is always possible, but it rescues the theory from refutation only at the price of destroying or at least lowering its scientific status. So, this one, Newton's flaming laser sword. Now, this cannot be settled by experiment. If it cannot be settled by experiment, it's not worth debating. And this was Mike Alder, an Australian mathematician. Now, Mike Alder coined the term Newton's flaming laser sword, in which he advocates only focusing on problems can be settled by a combination of experimentation and reasoning and not just argumentation. Hey, pain. So let's give you an example. So what would happen if the irresistible force acted on an immovable object? Well, the response was that if the force was irresistible, then the object must move. But the object is actually immovable. So when you continue to think about it, the conclusion was that the reason alone was insufficient to solve the problem. So we couldn't just speculate on what had happened. So we need to perform an experiment to settle the matter. That gives you an idea of what this razor is about. Is the fact that you need not just an argument, but you need to have experimentation as well. Grice's razor. As you see there, Grice's razor says that when in conversation, it's best to address what the speaker actually meant instead of addressing the literal meaning of what they actually said. This is a good rule of thumb because most people are poor communicators and struggle to find the right words and examples to express themselves. Even despite the best efforts, the words don't always come out right, like myself, or the way we intend them to. Sometimes people are also trying to express an idea they don't yet know how to articulate. So don't take everything someone says literally and get into silly arguments over semantics and the most minute insignificant of details whilst completely missing the main point of speaker. So as you say there, it says Grice's razor requires us to take the context of what's being said into account instead of focusing on the literal meaning of the word's isolation. Hanlon's razor. Never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity. Robert J. Hanlon. So basically what it's saying there, it states that if someone acts in a way that affects you negatively, it's not necessarily because they have bad intentions towards you or mean you harm. More likely they're simply careless, incompetent, stupid, unaware of how they are affecting you, or they just don't know any better. If your neighbour has a loud party on a school night or work night until 3 a.m., it's unlikely they did it to annoy you. That maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But it's more likely they're just inconsiderate and we're unaware on how it would bother you. Or if a colleague is constantly interrupting you when you're working or something important or racing towards an urgent deadline, it's unlikely that they're trying to sabotage your efforts and want to see you fail. They probably just don't realise how annoying and distracting they're being. So at that point, folks, what I'm going to say is they are the razors. Is there any questions? Because now what I'm going to do, I'll ask questions that come at me. But if not, what I'm going to do now is what I like to do. And I will drop the link as well. I will pin it up there. We don't have to talk about the show. We can talk about whatever you like. I just want to give you all an opportunity to come up. So stop screen. Now, I just wanted to present that to you. I hope I've given you an insight. But questions? Is there any questions? Let's see. Is Kid Rock still in the chat? Do you want to join me on the panel? %, my man. 100%. Kid Rock, I've dropped the link in if you want to pop up. Good man. I think it's not the mistakes that to find us, but how we rise from those mistakes. It's as I say, it's all about thinking and analysing the approach. And basically, a lot of it is through process of elimination, Delilah. So here we go. I wonder if Mr. Tommy Stiggs and Then Do are still about. Like to join us. Here we go. How we doing, my man?
Hey, James, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, not too bad. I just thought I'd pick a topic that was different. Thought I'd share. I know it's probably a little bit, how would I say?
Not related to what we usually talk about.
Correct. That's exactly what it was.
It's all good. We're all really learn new things is okay. You know what I mean?
I can't. The reason why I kind of got that feel, I got some good messages from Sweet Tea. I got some good messages from Delilah, but yeah, I think.
Okay, James. One thing. Hold on, buddy. Chat. I don't have the other phone. It's in the bottom of the ocean. Okay. So, but great seeing everybody. So yeah, go ahead, James. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I just thought do something a little bit different. As I say, I'm a variety channel, so I just wanted to touch something on, and I'll pick something. If it's good, we do it. Then we try something else. If it don't work, it don't work. If not, we'll go and do something else.
Yeah, I didn't get the notification, and I was kind of busy the last couple of days. My mom came in and everything, so that's obviously more important than everything else. And I didn't get the notification, so when I came in, I just came in.
Yeah.
I knew you had it like for the 28th, I think. but then you bumped it up because of other shows or something.
Gotcha.
And I
Yeah.
knew you had a show today, but I didn't. Like I said, I didn't get the notification. I just happened to go on the phone and I seen you. I said, okay, I better jump in.
100%. I like to do just. I thought cover this. There's still a few other topics I want to cover, but I just wanted to do this one just before I go on tour anyway, and we go. I'm over in America. How's your weekend been, my man? What you been up to? What's been going down?
Okay, like I said, my mom was in for a couple days, so I had to do the mom thing, and and then today I got my neighbor. I got an Amazon package, like 200 pounds. Like, oh my god! So I took it to my house, and yeah, it's like some weight machine thing or something. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And so hey, one thing, if my neighbor if I get a knock on my door, I gotta go for a second to get his stuff out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, just let you know ahead of time. But yeah, I didn't see my mom in a minute. I mean, I talk to her all the time, but it's not the same. Not seeing your mom, you know what I mean? So we hung out for a couple days, and then they left and everything. So that's about it. I mean, I know a lot of crazy stuff's going on YouTube. Oh my god, right?
Yeah, well, see, that's the drama. I mean, we've had a good couple of conversations, but I wanted to obviously do a subject today because I didn't want to go down that road where.
Oh no, that's a trap. This is a trap because like and then all you gotta do is bring that nonsense to your chat, right?
Exactly. I just.
I mean, like I said, I told you this a long time ago. Yeah, the crashing and burning is interesting, but after a while, it's like beating a dead horse. You know what I mean? So it's like it gets old, and then they think they're going crazy on women and stuff. I mean, I have no time for that. Okay, I don't have no time for that nonsense. This is I don't do that in real life. Why would I want to do it on YouTube? Right?
No, that's right. That's right. And they're doing it with a bunch of strangers anyway. As I say, it's drama. It sells. It's.
Well, yeah, but it's the same thing, just a different day. You know what I mean? I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna lie. I like seeing the clip channels once in a while to see what's going on. But you know what I mean? But after that nonsense, I'm sticking to where I'm at right now, and that's the way I like to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, 100%. So yeah, I know the channels that I like to stick to. I was watching Team News and Tommy's, bit of MRE.
Right. Now,
Slim and
James, you should weigh yourself before you leave, right? Weigh yourself before you leave, and then you do the American food and everything, and come back home and weigh yourself. I'm serious. That is just because pasta. You put on weight with pastas and stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, this is the thing as well. Is I only have to look at food to put weight on, so that it's going to happen. No,
you're going to gain weight. You're going to gain weight. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Italian food is going to. Well, I don't see the thing with me. I eat like a horse. I can't gain weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, that's because of my crazy nature, I think. You know what I mean? I burn it off and everything. I really don't gain weight.
Well, I've been doing well because I've been getting down the gym. I have been having a few little sugary bits lately, but I haven't had a drink since Boxing Day. Susanna, good to see you. I'm glad you're back.
Yes, hold on. Suzanne, it was very interesting interacting with you. What we were talking about the other day. That was a good interaction. Yeah, me and Susan were interacting about something the other day, and very smart lady.
Yeah.
Very smart.
I have to ask Suzanne, are you when I go to Buffalo, are you going to be floating about? Suzanne's up that way.
Oh yeah, because I remember we were talking about something about My friend almost got killed. Some guy tried to kill him.
Yeah.
Whatever. And what happened was, I'll explain this. It's better to I'm gonna explain this to Susan more because it's easier to talk about it. My friend almost
Yeah.
got killed by some guy. He went to the emergency room, and it was a great hospital, but the nurses were on drugs because he
Right.
had gold chains, he had Jordans, all that stuff. When he had the surgery and stuff, all he had was his underwear. They took everything. They took his wallet, his money, his gold chain, his Jordans, his jeans. They took everything. When he called me to pick him up, he said, "Hey, bring me some sweats and a T-shirt." I go, "Why?" I go, "The nurses stole my shit." And he was He was pissed because like, what the hell? I mean, he had emergency surgery. Someone tried to kill him. You know, they stabbed him with a bottle, and then the guy tried to push a tombstone on him. I mean, some crazy stuff. And he moved out of the way, but they stabbed him with a bottle, a broken bottle. And then when you're drinking and on things, he had to have the surgery. They couldn't put him under.
Yeah.
So he was like alive when they were cutting him. You know what I mean? He wasn't knocked out. And like I said, whenever we woke up, he called me. He said they stole everything. I said, what? And you know, we had a doctor there actually. Well, I really don't want to talk about that. There was a doctor. I'll just say in jest. There was a doctor at this hospital that I used to sell coke to.
Yeah.
And the moral of the story was, if you ever go to this hospital, just say any doctor besides that guy. That was a joke. But yeah. So it was kind of funny, but it was like kind of, we always remember that. If you ever go to this hospital, anybody but this guy's name, because he's probably high on coke. And you don't want no one cutting you when you're high on drugs, obviously.
Yeah.
So let me see. Yeah, I can't see the chat. I'm gonna sometime in the future maybe I'll do another phone thing. I don't know, but I mean I'm happy like this how it is now. I don't like that you know. I mean the interaction part I like and I miss like talking and see people are talking and they ask questions like you know what I mean. That's cool, but the thing about leaving my bad taste in my mouth at the bottom of the ocean is still in the back of my head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know. But yeah, so James, you're coming soon, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll get over there on the 2nd, as I say. Then I'm after.
The second. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know the April 4th, I got my gas company coming here, and that might be an all-day thing. Oh my God, these people are so stupid. The gas people, they want to go crazy in my place. And like, oh my God, just whatever.
The whole central like heating and that, and hot water getting.
Oh yeah, right. But the gas company is like the mob. Like if you don't answer their stuff, then they're gonna shut you off, shut you down. No, I'm serious. They're like that, and they're like they think that they're like God and everything. I'm like, and I was trying to gain my composure with these people, but James, you know me. After a while, every time these two people talk, they say, "Yeah, but this, that, and that." I'm like, mother effer. I'm gonna be nice, and I was like, "You people are pissing me off. I'm gonna shoot your ass. Just get this work done and get the hell out of my life." And these people are mad. I mean, so yeah, that's the 4th. Yeah, April 4th. So I'll try to be in and out, like if you guys go live, but April 4th is going to be kind of like a wash because it's anywhere from 11:30 to 4:30. So that's really good, right? 11:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Anytime we'll be there. Oh my God, you people, man. So yeah. So what's the chat saying?
Not a lot, funny enough. I mean, Suzanne's back and she's still in there. I don't know. So I might just shout out to them. There are people still watching, so maybe I should ask them to put a 1 in the chat if they're there. If they're still here listening.
Oh yeah, right. Usually, like when I leave a chat, I would say I'm leaving, but sometimes if shit happens, like I gotta go. I don't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for the most part, I always let people like, I'm leaving. Everyone, I hope everyone's safe. You know all that thing, and then I gotta go. But sometimes I don't have time. I gotta go. You know what I mean? Something came up. You know, life. Wife
Yeah.
has lots of things, and I'm not a juggler. Well, sometimes I am though. I'm
Yeah,
good
yeah.
multitasking, but I don't like people throwing chainsaws when I'm multitasking in the mix. You know what I
Yeah, yeah.
mean? Like shit in my Wheaties is like, oh my god.
We got
But
Crewmel and Maureen are
yeah,
still here.
pardon me.
Crewmel and Maureen are still here, so that's good.
Oh yeah, Krumel. Yeah, I heard about Krumel too. He got thrown under the bus again. Oh my god. I mean, I'm not gonna say that no more, but I heard about that the other day. Like, what the hell, Krumel? Everyone loves Krumel,
What,
right?
did someone tuck him up?
Pardon me.
Did someone tuck him up? Stitch him
Oh
up?
yeah, someone checked him under the bus and do his body in the ocean. Like one of those deals. Again. Like what the hell? Everyone loves Krumel. That's crazy, right?
Exactly.
Krumel is he's a good guy. He doesn't cause problems, and he's like a normal guy. And like you
Yeah.
throw him under the bus,
Well,
that's
you've got
pretty
something
bad.
wrong with you. He's one of the nicest and smartest guys on YouTube.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't ever like what I would say. He never says. He might think that, but he won't say that. I say what I think sometimes, and that's
Yeah.
why I say, excuse me, my French and whatever. If I'm getting a little mad, but yeah, he never. Every chat, I knew Kumel for years, like via the chat. You know what I mean? And someone throwing him under the bus. That's bad. I'm sorry. That's horrible.
Exactly.
But-
Delilah, Delilah, get well soon. She's got a bit of a cold. Get plenty of lemon sip.
Delilah, hey, always interacting with you is great. And yeah, you take it easy, girl. You're all good. A lot of that stuff's going around because we're technically in spring, but depending where you're at, you know what I mean? It's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold, and stuff's going around. You know what I mean? So Delilah, you get better, hon, okay?
Crewmel's got a question. He said, I am thrown under the bus, question mark. How and where?
Oh, I don't. Well, okay. Well, let's say it this way, Carmel. I heard on the street that the lady in New York threw you under the bus. Well, let's say that.
Oh. What you mean? You mean
No, don't say
Queens?
the word. Don't say the name.
No,
but you know
I'm
what
not-
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lady from New
Echo
York.
chamber.
The lady from New York.
Yeah.
No, I don't want no problems on this channel because they don't want me getting evil. Well, allegedly. Well, no, nothing bad like that. No violence, but you bother Krumel. You people are crazy, man. Okay, what did Krumel say?
He hasn't responded to it yet.
Oh, I just heard that. I just heard that the other day that like he got thrown under the bus. And they took his membership away and everything. Like, what the hell? You people are crazy. Leave this guy alone.
Yeah,
Well, that's the best thing that ever happened to you. You
yeah, he
can't be-
gets it now. He gets it. He
Yeah,
gets
you can't. If someone's bad mouthing me, I'm not paying you. I want to kick you in the ass, allegedly. You know what I mean? But I don't like. People gotta realize, like we talked about this a million times, James.
Yeah.
Like,
Tommy, do you want
I'm
to
not gonna
grab the
scream at
link?
okay, hold on.
Tommy, grab the link.
Oh my God, what the heck to type? Who's my word? Oh, see, I don't want to make this a thing and then everyone. Hey, Tommy, the lady in New York, buried Krumel and threw him under the bus, and his dead body got thrown in the ocean so the sharks could get him.
Hello, Mustang Mike. Good to see you, sir.
Hey, Mustang Mike, what's up, brother? I can't see the chat, but yeah, I don't want to make this a thing, and then they're gonna give you problems. So that's the end of that. Basically, the lady threw him under the bus from New York, and then wherever the body was left, they threw it in the ocean. That was the end of it. To a guy like Krumel, that's pathetic.
Yeah, exactly. He's one of the nicest guys on here.
Yeah, Krumel never does nothing. He's always like positive, and even in a bad situation, he's still a positive guy.
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
had any bad interactions with him, not once. And never even heard about a bad interaction with anybody, right?
Exactly. Sorry, Sweet Tea. It's the 14th. Is my, end date. 14th of April. 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 14th of Apr Hello there, Dave T. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for coming.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey, thanks. Oh, sorry, go ahead, you buddy. Go ahead.
yeah. I was just about to say he's one of, as I say, he's one of the nicest guys. I don't know why you would go
Go there.
do that. Yeah, to someone like that. There's no logical
There's no rhyme or
reason.
reason. He never. You
Here
could
we
pull
go.
up clips from 4 years ago. He never badmouthed nobody.
Hello, Tommy.
Hey, Tommy,
Hello,
what's up,
guys.
buddy?
What's that? You're traveling on the 14th?
That's when I go home. Yeah,
April 14th.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
when I go back because
Your first day traveling is when? The 8th?
to
7th?
the second.
Wow. Okay, there's April 2nd.
So April
What's your
2nd.
destination?
So
Go ahead.
second, I come into New York. Then on the 3rd, I go to Buffalo. Then I'm there for a couple of days. So on the 5th, I come back to New York, and then I'm in Newark from between 5 and 7. Okay, and then from 7 till 7th to the 9th, I'm in Manhattan. On the 9th, I fly down to Jacksonville.
Okay, hold on a minute. 5, you're going to be in Newark.
Yeah,
On Saturday the 5th, you're going to be in Newark.
correct. Yeah.
All right. The 6th, we're going to go see the sunrise over the Hudson, right? For the sunrise on Sunday morning?
Sorted. Yeah, lovely. Maybe go to church.
Well, that depends on what you want to do. You got
Yeah.
one morning, basically. You got Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. The morning is early, and that's the sunrise. You want to see the sunrise over the Hudson River?
Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
that's the 6th in the morning. I'm going to pick you up at your hotel in Newark, and then we're going to go down by the Hudson River, right? That's the 6th, right?
Yeah.
And then you want to go to church. You want to go to the Cathedral Basilica, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's either 8:30 or 12 o'clock. We'll play it from there. Good. Nice. All right. That'll work out.
Yeah, absolutely. As I say, Crumel, let's say exactly. Don't worry about her. As I say, everyone.
Oh,
in the-
yeah. Oh, yeah. I wasn't trying to bring that up, but I just didn't like that. And, that is some horse shit, man. You know what I mean? I don't play that.
Everybody, listen. God weeds it all out.
Yeah.
Everybody ends up where they are supposed to be. Whether it's by your actions or somebody else's, it's no problem. Go with the flow.
No, I think
You
it's
end
going
up
to
where
be.
you're supposed to be. I say it all the time. God's taking out your garbage.
Well, I
God is
think,
taking out your garbage.
yeah, but I think a lot of it is going to be on those people's action is going to determine whether they go or not. You know what I mean? Right? It's their actions that what you've done here on earth is going to depend where you're going. You know what I mean? And the other things are just tidbits. But,
Yeah, I guess.
Patrick, good to see you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, hey, Tommy, how
Anyway.
you doing, buddy? You all good?
I'm good. Hanging
Yeah,
out.
my mom came in for a couple of days, so I had to do the mom thing,
Good.
and that's why I haven't been around. You know,
That's what you're doing.
my mom moved, so she came in with my brother and everything. So we had eat the food and do the thing, the mom thing.
Yeah.
But that's about it. They gone already.
James, what's that behind you? What is your background of? Is that a
That's not. I wish that was my house. No, it's,
Oh wow!
no?
It's
Is it a house? Is it a church? It looks like a church. I don't know what it is.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's meant to be like a. I don't know, like a room stroke, like library or drawing room or.
Yeah,
It looks like a haunted house or something, or a church or something.
glass.
But what
Yeah.
thing
What?
I'm enjoying about it though is it don't look too bad. It like there's.
I think I see. Yeah, I see a Ouija board on the right. What are you doing? Playing with the Ouija board?
And you got
I see
stained
the
glass
Ouija
too.
He's playing the Ouija board back there after he ends off the show.
You don't do Ouija. I don't do Ouija boards. I
No
don't
way!
do
Oh
that.
my God! No,
Neither do
no,
I.
no, no, no,
I yeah, I don't
no
do
way.
that. That's just I know it's taboo. You know, it's like
You
you got
shouldn't
that
do
too,
that.
Tommy. I had
No
that
way.
6 months when I was little. About like, like if like I mean, I remember one time I'll say a story that, like I told you guys, I used to go across country, bolting from the cops and shit and everything else. Well, one time I didn't go. Well, guess what happened? Allegedly, someone got busted with 20 pounds of weed. Allegedly. And it was like I just didn't want to go, and then magically I got a call. I'm like, what the fuck? The hell, you fucking idiots! What the? I mean, I don't care what people do, but my sixth sense said it wasn't about that. It was just saying stay home. It had nothing to do with that. It just said stay home. And I had that still in me now, like the sixth sense. Like, no, I better stop and not just think about this. But we talked about this the other day, Tommy. You know what I mean? You guys stop and think. But I always had that built in my head.
Yeah, Susan, sweet tea. Susan, can you imagine? You can't go to church after you do a Ouija board. That's a mortal sin. You can't play with a Ouija board.
Yeah, you're gonna
you can't play with that thing. You're bringing the omen into your life. You can't do that. You can't play that. No way.
No, God's gonna take you down a couple notches. Yeah, you know how that goes, Tommy. A couple notches down to get you back to reality.
That's bad stuff. I remember going into one of my friends' houses and they had the board there, and I said, "What?"
Oh, listen,
one of my friends in the neighborhood had it in their house. There was a whole bunch of people in the house, and I walked in. I saw candles lit, and the lights are dim, and I'm like, well, I gotta go. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, no. I'll stick to my gut. I'm not doing Ouija boards. I said Ouija board, but I never you checked it out and stuff. I had people that did that. Like there was a haunted house, like where I grew up at, and when I was little, everyone said this house was haunted. I think I told you this time a long time ago with the way upstairs. There were scratch marks at the door. Remember?
Yeah.
He did Ouija board
Delilah.
And shit. I'm like, hell no.
I thought we were going there to play spin the bottle in 7 Minutes in Heaven, and they show a Ouija board. I gotta go.
Nah, I don't do that. I got the sixth sense or the gut feeling. If I got a bad gut feeling, I gotta go. I don't care whatever. I gotta go. I stick to my gut with that. And Tom, you got that right. You got a gut feeling or that sixth sense, because wait, I'm out of here. I'm not gonna do this shit or whatever. It's it just doesn't seem right to me. I mean, that's just me.
I just said, Sweet Tea, I was at a sleepover. This is what Sweet Tea said. I was at a sleepover when I was young, and they were using a guitar board. Told the person I wasn't feeling well. My mum came and got me. Don't blame you.
I don't know what that is. Guitar board?
Oh, yeah, I know with the guitar thing, but I think they were like a little girl sleepover or something, and they were playing with the Ouija board, and she said she had the sixth sense. I don't like this. Had her mom pick her up, pretty much.
That's good.
Well, yeah, right.
That's crazy, man.
So, hey, Tommy, are you gonna do a wind down with James?
With who?
Are you gonna do a wind down with James when he's here?
Yeah, well, it depends what the timing is. But we're going to be live. We'll go live. Sure.
Oh no!
Whatever.
I was just asking.
Yeah. It's all about the timing. So
this is the way I see it. When I'm with Dean, he will be live and I'll be on his, and then when I'm with Tommy, he'll be live and it'll be on his, and I'll be.
Cool.
I'll be going live when I'm sort of, because remember I'm there for 12 days, something like that, but when I'm in their company, it'll be on there.
Oh yeah, right. They're the what's the word? I don't have the word on top of my head, but they're like the tour guide. There you go.
Exactly. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So yeah,
you're gonna see that, and I hope it's. I don't know if I want it to be cloudy or sunny on that morning. I got to be honest with you. The skyline is very interesting for video. For video, it's better when it's no sun. But there's something crazy about seeing the sun rise over that Hudson River.
I seen that the other day. I think you were driving, right? And you were showing it. And that is beautiful. That is beautiful.
The best part of Manhattan is not being in Manhattan. It's being on the Jersey side.
Sure.
See it from a distance.
James, don't post
Patrick, James, go see Tommy and tell him you ain't taking off your shoes.
that. Hey, James, I got one for you. If you go down in the basement and you see a lot of plastic, run. Ah! You hear me? You know how they do that shit. They wrap you up in the rug in the plastic, and that's the end of you.
And if we go in a car, no one's sitting behind me.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I mean, the people I dealt with, I didn't have to worry about that because we were like I don't want to get too deep into my thing, but we were all like very trustworthy, even though we were criminals. I mean, I didn't have to worry about
that was my comment the other night. What was my comment the other night, guys? What kind of crime is it? I forgot what I said the other night on my show about the crime. I labeled it something that we weren't drug dealers or coke dealers or heroin dealers.
Oh yeah, you see coke dealers and drug dealers and
I forgot what I said. I labeled that crime different. I forgot what I said though.
Yo, coke. Yeah, mine was a party shit. My thing was for parties and bars and shit and chicks. That's all mine was. No one died from my shit. I never sold crack, meth, or heroin.
There you go.
Because that shit was taboo to me a long time ago, and I got friends that died from that.
I said the dumbest thing the other night. I said honorable crimes. I called it honorable crimes.
Well, no one ever died from my drugs. Okay, I'll tell you that much. And you know what? This is hold on, James. The one thing is crazy that when I was selling and towards the end, I was doing more than selling.
Well, as long as you're good
you know
now.
what I mean? And then guess what?
Yeah.
You drink your own Kool-Aid, and then guess what?
Yeah.
God knocks you down a couple notches.
That ship has sailed. We're good.
I just want to get, because obviously people are putting in comments. I just want to make sure that I read them out. So Dave said, I've made a couple of guitar boards and were cribbage boards on the neck where the strings normally went. Okay. Sweet Tea has asked me to rent a car and park it outside your place, Tommy. So you have to keep checking the stoop cam. And we've got Cromwell. Okay, I have a friend who was playing with a Ouija board by himself. They found him dead, crushed between the wall and an oak closet. Never mess with that crap.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, hey James, I got one for you. When you have your rental car, put a little rock on your hood. A little rock right on your hood, where you know, like where your hood goes and the seam. So you know, if someone lifts it, the rock's gone, then you know someone messed with your car.
Well, this is it. The thing is, as well, we drive on the left-hand side of the road, and I think there's only us, Australia and Cyprus do that. Everyone else drives on the right-hand side.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, though. That would get me, like going to Europe, driving a car, and the left, you're like, what the hell?
Well, no, Europe drives on the right. As I say,
really? Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
It's only the UK, I think it's Australia and Cyprus we're the only places that drive on the left. Everyone else does the right.
Oh,
wait, you drive on the left? You drive on the left?
Yeah.
No, it's the opposite, Tommy. Like, you know how you're on the right side when you're driving?
I'm on the left side. No, I drive on the left side.
No, yeah, while you're driving, yes, you're on the left side of the car, but you're in the right lane.
Yes, and James, what do you do?
We drive on the right hand side of the car, and we drive in the left lane.
Yeah.
Oh my! Are you driving when you get here? Are you renting a car going to Manhattan?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to get. I won't drive. I'll just. Man, when I go to Manhattan, I've been to New York before. You can just use the transport system.
Oh no! Don't be using them trains, man. No, hell no. They're gonna see you coming. They're gonna take your everything besides your underwear. And maybe your life. Well, no, come on, Tommy. It's true. Would you take a train?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Well, okay, well.
I prefer not to. But if it's your only way, what are you going to do? You can Uber also.
You gotta go, with the parking and all that. I get that. But
wait.
I mean, I wouldn't for James' thing because you're going to seem like you're a tourist. And I hear stuff all the time on YouTube about them crazy ass people on them trains in New York.
All I told James was don't wear anything flashy. Don't bring anything expensive. Just a little backpack Now, going from Newark to New York, you're going to take Penn Station. Yeah, he's going to be fine, I believe.
Oh, if it's like an Amtrak deal, okay, that's fine. But I'm talking about
He'll
like
be fine.
the regular trains.
Subway, yeah.
Subway, yeah, no, hell no. I wouldn't. I mean, if I was James, me, I'm crazy. Yeah, I don't want to say what I do, whatever. Yeah, allegedly. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. But yeah, that's
He'll be
when
all
the.
right.
But yeah, I'm not having people try to get me.
He'll be
That's
fine.
all I got to say. Let's see. From
Darius,
the Amtrak, James, take the Amtrak, James. And yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's what you do, James. The Amtrak.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's-
Patsy, I know Patsy. What am I going to do? But I don't look like a tourist. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
that's funny.
James. Yeah,
That's
you
funny,
look like a
Patsy.
tourist. Don't be flashy sticks with that big ass chain caddy and the caddy. Okay, hey Patrick. Yeah, sorry, I can't hear
He's
the.
right.
I can't see the chat, people.
He's right. He's right.
we could
Don't let
chance
James
it,
drive.
Tommy.
Ah,
You can let me drive, and I'll go on the left hand lane, so you know how it feels when I'm.
yeah, that would be so weird, right, Tommy?
Listen, I'd rather him take mass transit than drive on our streets over here. I can't imagine him going into Manhattan when he typically
Oh
drives on the
man,
left side of
it's
the
gonna be
street.
like a zoo, and they
Suzanne,
got that new. Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Stiggs wants to keep all the Belleville single women to himself.
Yep.
Here we go. Never been there, James Simpson. No, neither have I. It's my first time in northern Florida. I went to Deerfield Beach and I went to Fort Lauderdale and a few other places last year. James, it was only less than.
Hey James, I heard that a couple of days ago your airport was messed up, right?
Yeah, Heathrow
Iceberg
Airport.
or
There was a fire at the
yeah, I seen the pictures. Right, like
substation.
the electric thing, it was like burned up, and it screwed up like everyone's flights for like 3 days, and it said like thousands of flights.
Yeah, so but the fire happened and they couldn't cope with it, so they halted planes coming in for I don't know how long, whether it's 12 hours, and it was a big nose up, and it just proved that if there was an incident, they'll end up,
Yeah, they don't have a backup.
But
So
I'm all right
yeah.
because I won't be flying out from that airport. I'll be coming
Oh, okay.
back, I'll be coming back into that airport, but hopefully they would have sorted their acts out by then.
Right. Delilah, Jacksonville is nice. When my daughter lived in Georgia, we used to go up there all the time. Yeah, Delilah, Jacksonville's cool. I went there as a kid a couple times,
Yeah,
and then in Miami, all that with my mom, and we went to Disney World or Disneyland, whatever it is. And then as a grown up too, when you're over 21, it's cool. You know what I mean? Go out, have some drinks and have some fun.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. What, Tommy, you and Kid Rock? What's in Jacksonville apart from the Jaguars? What else is there? Would you?
It's a small. Jacksonville doesn't have much there. It's really an airport. People fly into Jacksonville. It's not that much in Jacksonville.
The beach. You got the beach.
Jacksonville.
But yeah, it's not really that. Yeah, the beach.
Well,
they
okay.
got that.
Jacksonville, you can go about an hour, and you're in St. Augustine, which is the oldest city in America.
Oh
St.
yeah, I went
Augustine.
there.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was pretty cool, St. Augustine.
Because my daughter went to college in St. Augustine, so it's the oldest city in the country.
Oh, yeah, I knew it was old. I didn't know that, but yeah, I remember as a kid going there, and they had a nice beach there too.
Pretty nice. Pretty
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Well, when you're a kid, that's great. No school,
Yeah.
no nothing. Just play,
I know.
and
Nice.
all I had to do was listen to my mom.
That's it.
So what are you gents up to this evening then? Is there any shows on tonight, or are you actually going out? And living
7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. NCAA Division I wrestling. The 10 best wrestlers in the country are wrestling on ESPN at 7 p.m. It's going to be a bloodbath.
Wow.
Now, is that college or high school?
College, high school, NCAA Division One.
Oh, it's
If
high school
anybody
and
wants to
college.
see,
Oh, okay, okay.
no, just college, college. If
Oh,
anybody
okay.
wants to see some serious wrestling, watch ESPN at 7 p.m. It's going to be sick, amazing.
See, I know how to wrestle, but like when I was like young, I mean, I told you guys I played a lot of sports and everything, and my thing was like if I got to a fight, I would hit the guy or whatever, get him on the ground, and get him the Cobra Clutch and do the leg scissors. You know what I mean? And that would be the end of that.
Yeah.
You know what the Cobra Clutch is, right, Tommy?
What is it? The clutch?
The Cobra Clutch.
Yes.
Yeah, I would if I'm fighting with someone when I was younger, I hit them, then I daze them, then I grab them by the neck, do the Cobra Clutch, throw them on the ground, and do the Cobra Clutch and the leg scissors, and make them tap. And
Is that a WWE move or is it in the
no, that's you can't do that in wrestling in like college and stuff, or in high school. No, that's like WWE. But I do it, it's real. I'm choking the shit out of you. I'm choking you out, and I got the leg scissors around your waist, and I'm squeezing tight. So I'm squeezing the air out of you, and I'm choking the shit out of you at the same time.
That's a different type. That's a different type of wrestling. I'm talking about, my wrestling is. Yeah,
no,
I know.
That's illegal.
Yeah.
You can't do that in high school and college.
No, I'm talking
That's
competition wrestling, man.
Like MMA. That's more like MMA, James.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff. Yeah, the one I'm watching is.
No, shit. People mess around.
It's real.
You get hit.
It's real. It's really something, man. How they wrestle. It's really something, man.
Greco wrestling's cool.
It's like Greco, yeah. It's like Greco.
Yeah, I like Greco. Yeah, Roman Greco. Yeah, I like that.
Well, we're watching. This is folk style tonight. If you get a chance, tune in. You'll love it. This is folk style wrestling.
Is there weight classes to it?
Yeah. The lowest is 125.
Like an 8-foot guy.
No. 125 to 285. There's 10 weight classes in between. You got to make the weight to wrestle at that weight class.
Yeah, right. That's what I figured. Because if people use your weight against you, you're done. If they grab you, they're done. I mean, not me. I'm gonna thumb them in the eye.
No, they're perfectly matched up.
Delilah, thank you, James. Since as always, Delilah, you get better. Drink some tea with some honey, and you'll be all back. Yeah, Tommy, I don't know. Delilah's not feeling too hot. She got the last stuff's going around with the weather changing and everything, and the kids and stuff. So she's got a little bit of a cold.
Yeah.
But that's about it, man. Wrestling. That's one thing I did with wrestling, though.
Sweetie, you got to make a song. That would be crazy. Great song she makes.
So there's some phrases in the chat.
What's the chat saying, James?
For Belleville Girl. Yeah, I was telling her about Belleville.
Yeah, it'll be nice to check out Belleville. I feel like I've been there so many times through your videos, Tommy.
Yeah. So where you're at, what's the was there like bars and restaurants and stuff like that, Tommy?
Where I'm at?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's everything. It's like a city area. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Pizzerias, restaurants, bars, bowling alleys, you name it. You could do anything in the area.
Oh, okay, cool.
Crack whores, everything.
All right. Nah, I'll take a pass on that shit. For
anyway,
sure.
That's what.
Yeah, I know, because you said that the other day, right? I think you said that in one of your shows, Tommy. You said something about crack whores or something.
See,
I don't know.
See, Tommy, do you, for when you're in Newark, for instance, for nightlife, do you go into New York, or is there actually some nightlife around Newark way?
I gotta be honest with you. Nightlife has died down so much since COVID. There's some places, some bars, some local areas, but otherwise, it really has died down.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is. Not in Newark. I wouldn't go out in Newark. Absolutely not.
Hey, so Tommy, how far are you from Manhattan?
15 minutes, maybe.
Oh, okay.
15 minutes.
Okay,
17
yeah,
minutes.
okay, yeah, okay.
Would
Well,
you
I'm
join?
17 minutes from Mulberry Street, so
Oh,
really to
okay,
get into
right. You're
Manhattan,
right. You're
to get
close.
into
You're
Manhattan,
close.
I'm about 10 minutes to get into Manhattan. 12
Because
minutes.
there is a train, isn't there, that runs from Newark to Manhattan?
Yeah, right a block from where you're going to be, James. The train takes you right. You're going to be at Penn Station. You're really 10 minutes. You're also 10 minutes from Manhattan on the train.
Wow.
No, that's underground, under the water, right? Obviously, Tommy.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I thought. Right, right. That's I remember reading that a long time ago. Right, right, right.
yeah. You're going to be right there, James. Where you're staying, you are 2 blocks from the train into Manhattan.
Cool. Well, I'm looking. Kind of, as I say, last time I went there, I stayed at Flushing Meadows, which is obviously is out of Manhattan by a bit.
Yeah.
But I tell you where I went. I went to a nice little place and went with my couple of pals, and we ended up at some Mex. I don't. It wasn't a Mexican bar as such. I think it was like a Mexican theme bar in Jackson Heights, and it was. I didn't mind it.
Wow.
Going there.
Really?
That'd
Went
be
out
pretty
there.
good. Well, how was the food, James?
I mean, I loved loved the food, but there was a bar that I really liked that was in Manhattan, and I think it was called White's or Lily White's or something like that. And went in there, and it was a winter's day. You went in there, and it was like beautiful. It looked like an inside of a church, and a big stained glass window at the back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
that was the Limelight. That was a club.
no, it was a bar, but it was like a
Yeah,
church. Yeah.
yeah, it was a church. Limelight is called. That used to be a church.
Oh right. Okay.
Oh, so they
It was a
kept
church.
it up but turned it into a bar. Oh, wow.
It was the craziest thing. You walk into it and it's a church.
That'd be kind of weird for me.
You walk in,
Like,
it's a church. You're partying, you're dancing, they're blowing lines, they're drinking. You're in a
yeah,
church.
I couldn't go in a bar like that back in the day if I had a
It was
pocket full of dope.
and the DJ would be where the priest used to be giving his service.
We got Gianni's in the house. Good
Hey,
to see
Gianni,
ya.
how you doing? I can't see the chat, buddy, but how you doing, buddy?
Go ahead.
Yeah, that'd be weird, Tommy.
Yeah,
Like
it's weird.
back in the day, like when I had my stuff and going in there, like what the hell? I mean, I was
Yeah, it
raised
was called
Catholic, and
it,
you know the
it was called the
confirmation and all
Limelight.
that.
Yeah. Look it up.
So
You'll see it. Look up the Limelight, James. That's what it was. It was called the Limelight. Now there's actually the club closed down. Now there's actually a pizzeria in the church where the church was. It's crazy.
Oh, okay. Now, question, Tommy. I heard Jeff Pornor, like that guy who does the pizza reviews.
Dave
Uh,
T.
Did you?
Absolutely. I can't dance though to save my life. I think I can though.
Okay. Anyway, Tommy, did you hear of a place called Ralph's in Jersey for the
Yeah.
pizza? Is it really
Yeah,
good?
it's next door to
Okay,
me.
I heard
Yeah,
about that. It looked really good too.
Ralph's is next door to me. It's incredible. One of the best pizzas
Oh
in New Jersey.
wow. Okay. That'd be
Literally,
man.
two,
See
it's 2 doors down.
where
2
I'm
doors down.
at, we got good food and we got good nightlife for a lot of crazy people, and that's about it. You
Yeah.
know what I
stuff.
mean?
All right, boys. I'm going to get ready for my wrestling. I'm telling you guys, if you got time at 7 o'clock, tune
Yeah.
into ESPN. You will love what you see. I promise you.
Okay.
Excellent. Well,
I'll
thank you
check it
guys.
out, Tommy.
I will
Okay,
talk to
Tommy,
you guys
have a good
later.
one.
Yeah.
Be
Yep,
safe.
ciao, guys. Later,
Okay, have a
gentlemen.
good buddy. Later.
Okay,
Okay.
chat. Talk to you later, chat people.
Cheers. No, I appreciate. As I say, I appreciate you both coming up.
Oh, James, you're my buddy, man. You know how that is. We're all good.
Absolutely.
Let's say goodbye to the chat since I can't see him. Can you do the roll thing?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll say goodbye to everyone. Gianni, thank you. Suzanne, Dave T, Crumel, Delilah, Patrick Ortega, Maureen. Who else we got in there? Sweet
Tina
Tea, of
was here
course.
earlier.
Suzanne. We had a couple of people earlier. Tina was in earlier. Thank you for
Right.
coming. Also, as well, Janie. Who else? I think I've got most of them there. As I
Okay,
say,
let me
it's
say
good.
my thing, James. Hey, okay, hold on, James. Chat, you all be safe. And everything be all good. and I'll catch you guys on the flip. And can't wait, James. We gotta see you in the States, man. It's gonna be great. Now, if I don't see
Absolutely.
you, I'll see you before that. But the fourth, I'm kind of be like with this gas company BS.
Yeah.
Like I said, 11:30 to 4:30. Thanks, asshole. The fuck? Sorry about my language, man. But you know how those assholes are, man. It's like I gotta stay in my house until these assholes come to my house.
Yeah.
Okay, you all be safe. Thanks, Chase, for having me on. You all doing
No
me.
worries. Thanks, Kid Rock. Thank you,
Okay, brother.
Mustang Mike and Cicelli as well, G. Cicelli. Yeah, as I say, it was a tough crowd. I picked a topic. I got it out there. But thank you for coming and rescuing the show. So
Hey, don't listen. It's all good. Hey, we're talking amongst friends and amongst the chat. That's what's all that matters. Right?
exactly.
That's what all that matters. Okay, James, you have a great one. Be safe. I'll see you soon. Chat, everyone be safe. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Joe Delamora. Good to see you. Absolutely. Cheech, great to see you. Thank you, everyone. As I say, we're wrapping it up now. Had a good chat with Tommy and Kid Rock there. Got my topic out early. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully, I think Team Do may be on. So, hopefully, we'll get over there. That'll be good. So, excellent. I really appreciate it, everyone. Thank you for coming.